Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. All right, we've got Sean Worthington, President, Cloud Consortium, cryptocurrency expert, and author on the show here. Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, my pleasure. Listen, Ed Baxter is one of our experts here about cryptocurrencies. And he's going to pitch in every so often. We only have so much to talk about, and we just love this topic. Give us a brief background. Give our audience a brief background of who you are, and then let's start diving into, crypto, your Cloudcoin versus Bitcoin.
Well, I've been teaching computer science for the past 17 years, and I've been working on my PhD in computer information systems. That's when I realized that monetary systems are, in fact, information systems, and basically they're databases, and money plays the role as data. And we already have established all of these rules that we use to create databases that have integrity, that are good. So I took all of these rules and just applied them to a monetary system, and I created a new digital currency. I call it Cloudcoin. And I also have a patent on this new process that is kind of like the blockchain, only it's better. It's called the RADA, or the Redundant Array of Independent Detection Agents. That's about me.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It is. It is. You're the first guy we've had that's actually created a cryptocurrency. Okay. All right. Bitcoin is headed for major problems, you say. Why?
Mm-hmm. Well, because, number one, it's not scalable, and that means that the more people that use it, the slower it gets. It can only handle 7 transactions per second. But the other problem is that it's extremely expensive to operate it. It requires a lot of electricity, a lot of money, and it's not affordable. It's not going to help us economize.
I get it. Therefore, Cloudcoin.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned Cloudcoin's 100% anonymous, and you talked about the RADA. Does the RADA play a role in keeping it anonymous?
Yeah, so the blockchain, which is what Bitcoin uses, it tracks every single transaction that ever happens.
Right.
And by tracking all the transactions, it's able to stop counterfeiting, because you can tell who's got what money by just looking at the history of that Bitcoin. But it's very energy expensive, and it takes a lot of storage space. With Cloudcoin, all we do is we just do a counterfeit detection. So we have a counterfeit detection system, and if you receive a Cloudcoin, you just check it to see if it's real or not. It takes less than a second, and so it's a whole different new paradigm.
And the exchange, how is that handled?
So the exchange is pretty simple. I just send you a file, and I can send that via email or Skype or any kind of file transfer. I can give it to you on a USB drive. You can even print it out. And once you get the file, then you just want to check it to make sure it's real. And when you check it, you're also going to change it so that only you know the information, or only you have the file that has that information. Basically, they're secret codes in the Cloudcoins, and they're like passwords. Every time you trade it, all those passwords change. So you do something called pwning, or password owning.
You mentioned the number of transactions, obviously the issue with Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos out there. What is the advantage that Cloudcoin has with regard to the number of transactions per second that allows it to be a better means for transaction than, say, some other crypto that's out there?
Yes, we can handle, in our research that we've done just in the past few days, we've been able to handle 25,000 transactions per second. And I suspect that we can get that up much, much higher. And we can add more hardware and more servers, more clouds as more users come on, and the value becomes more valuable. And that's something that actually slows down the blockchain. The more servers you add, the more you have to synchronize, and the slower it gets.
Now, you mentioned, thumb drive, sending files, but storing Cloudcoins. Explain to the audience about that.
So basically, a Cloudcoin is a serial number, and then 25 different authenticity numbers, which are like passwords. And that takes some space on your hard drive. You've got to, you can store that on a USB drive. But we also have the technology to make the passwords easy to remember, and that allows us to store Cloudcoins in our mind. If we just write down the serial number somewhere and remember the passwords, then we can actually delete them from our computers. We can travel around with those just knowing the passwords, and then we can go to another computer and retrieve those. It also allows us to just whisper to somebody and tell them what the passwords are and the serial numbers are, maybe over the phone, and then they can get money that way. So it's really private and really terrific technology.
Now, you mentioned obviously that technology there, and obviously in the keys associated with it. Do you see that as a replacement of the key and also the current version of digital wallets we use to hold our cryptos?
Yeah, the thing that we call wallets really are blockchains. They're databases, and right now they're quite large. It's about 150 gigabytes. It might take you as much as 3 days to download it. And then once you get it, then you can tell it to move your money around, and then it will go out and tell every other wallet that it should move the money around, and then you have to wait for it to synchronize. That could take 20 hours or more. And so we don't have a wallet like that. We do have some software that allows us to change the passwords. But basically, we can just store the cloud coins in folders.
Okay, you got a book that you've made an offer to give a free copy to. It's called Beyond Bitcoin: The Future of Digital Currency. How does somebody get the book and what's in it? Just give us a synopsis of it. We've got about a minute and a half left before we have to sign off.
Sure. The website is called digitalfrontiernews.com. And if they go there, they get my book. The book is about the future of money. It tells you what money is. It tells you the good things that could happen in the future and the bad things that could happen in the future. And it talks about some nightmare scenarios that we've got to be aware of, and also how good the economy can be with digital money. And if you go to digitalfrontiernews.com, you also get 5 free cloud coins to try out.
Wow. I'm definitely going to do that. You need to register there, or is this something you just send me?
You have to sign up for the newsletter, and you get the cloud coins in the free book.
Ed's got it up. We're going to sign up right now. All right, Sean, I really appreciate you coming on to the show, and I can't wait to have you back so you can tell us what's new in your world in this silo. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Sean Worthington, President, Cloudcoin Consortium, cryptocurrency expert and author, cloudcoin.global, and it's digitalfrontiernews.com for your free book. You listen to CEO Money with Michael Yorba and Ed Baxter. Segment brought to you by Tycon Partners.